What's up, guys? Back in today with more May I Ask One Final Thing, this time with the final episode. Looking forward to this one. Last episode was really good, kind of setting up this final fight. I do think the fight seemed to be over quite quick last episode, but I do expect that we're going to be, again, mainly focused on Scarlet versus Telenezia, or in this case, I forget the name of him, but the man she's controlled, which she seems to have some kind of misconception that we'd care about beating him up. I don't think he realizes just how much this guy's teased us throughout the show, so should be another quite satisfying episode. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how it ends. I think this has been pretty decent so far. I don't think this show's anything like special or anything like out of the ordinary, but I think it's done pretty well. Again, it's satisfying. It's got some cool characters in here. I very much would be interested in watching a season 2, that's for sure. But I wouldn't put it up there as like one of the best anime of the year or anything. But as I've said about a couple anime this season, in a season with quite a few poor shows, this is certainly stood out. I do wonder if that would have been the case if it wasn't such a bad season, though. It was a feint of a spell. Zetsuboshi Dasayo. This is why I think she's quite a good match for the Dragonoid red guy, to be honest. They make a good pair. And that's the name of the show right there. Oh, so here she is as a human again. Well, I guess she's still human, but you know what I'm saying. So she was a bit of a manga girl, bit of a loner. Wonder what she's reading. Kind of looks like this show. They seem nice enough. No? To be fair, he was sleeping. And it was your little dog friend that put this spell on him. Sure, I'm going to say it now. I wouldn't be surprised at some point, maybe even now, at some point during this fight, he's just not being controlled. He's just fighting her. Just because it's fun. What's all the coral for? So a lot of blood. Unless you don't use your blessing. Julius. I was gonna say, like, does this kind of counter her? I mean, I don't think she used that blessing. It was a spell to like control him, right? But maybe that's part of her blessing. I don't really know. Kind of snake thing. See, like we got no reservation about beating this fucker up whatsoever. Good. You don't deserve them. Although he looked a bit sad hearing that, didn't he? I say that, it sounds harsh me saying that, but he is like, it is quite mean to be doing this so much. Every opportunity, just like belittle her like that. Power of love. Oh, sorry guys. The power of writing. Power of friendship. Well, that's what this is essentially, really, isn't it? The equivalent of those. Yeah, knew this was coming. For the work, though. Did they even kiss? Kind of looks like they were just like a couple millimeters away. Oh, there it is. Nice. You know what got tailed? It's quite fitting this actually, isn't it? His power right here. Especially given like the ending of the ending visuals and such. Moodada. Nice. That's all? That's all she took from that. Took that pretty well, to be fair to her. Just a little cut. She does remind me a little bit. I mean, Subaru was a much deeper character, but she does remind me a little bit of how Subaru was in season 1 of ReZero. Again, I think the writing's quite a bit better in that show, but it does remind me a bit of it. Oh, Shadow Teresia. Dark Teresia. Not that she wasn't dark anyway. Okay. Okay. Kind of twisted fairy tale right here. She lost all kind of sense of self, it looks like here. I think there's yeah, there is like a Twisted Wonderland anime like airing right now, no? From Disney. I swear I've heard this soundtrack before. Hmm. I wonder what happens to her if she dies. Do you reckon her like she just dies, or do you reckon like she returns to the normal world? Hula hula hula. Like freaky, isn't it? Like motionless expressions like that. I like one of those boss fights that like on a timer. You can either beat them. A bit like one of the Pyramid Head boss fights in Silent Hill. You can either beat him, or what I do, or what I used to do in the I haven't played the remake yet, but you should just go from corner to corner, just run around and wait. My maiden lips. The pain. Chrono Noir. Not just Krona, Chrono Noir. Black Krona. Oh, nice little uppercut. Send her back, yeah, send her back to her own world. She didn't die. She was just sent straight back there. No spirit stuff involved or anything. Like Team Rocket. Nice. A bit annoyed that Julius stole your kiss from you. I guess it was necessary, but rest in peace to my Dragonoid guy. Doesn't look like that's too promising, unfortunately. Although, again, that's something that's really interestingly set up for our next season if we do have one. Um, these guys helping out with their kind of feud. Okay, nice. Nice. All ended pretty nicely. Pretty happily. Well, it almost looked like she didn't then. She's grown. Definitely. Jeez. What's she gonna look like after this? Oh, wow. Kind of cute, actually. You're well back in line, bro. You're well back in line for anything like that. I can understand the allure, though. She's an alluring woman. Scarlet. Well, he's only as capable as his woman, right? See, this almost reminds me a little bit of like Slime Ken in a way. I was literally just reading about that because they've got like a new anime of 5 calls coming out, but they would spend 10 times as long summing this stuff up than this show right here. I don't know what happened to Slime Ken, but it's just like I quite like the politics and the economics of that show, but it just went way overboard with stuff like this. Like, we don't care that much about the logistics. Like, you've already set out a pretty good world. You don't need to go like, yeah. Sorry, I complained about a different show entirely, but this just reminds me of some of the scenes. Did he? Did he? Is that why he slept through that spell? Like, was this manufactured by him? Sure, not right. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the guy, but that's quite the set of events to manipulate. No, there's way too much variance on what could have happened. Surely, if not, fair play to him. Cool. That looks lovely. Oh, I love that. Weirdly enough, I said this about another episode. I think it was last week. It's like a perfect, like, if you wait too long, it's like the ice cream gets a bit warm, and the apple pie gets a bit cold. It's like a perfect, like, couple minutes of where the ice cream and the apple pie is just like the perfect, like, temperatures. They fit each other perfectly. Oh, hey, you can't say that. I do remember once kissing this. I've got a big nose, as you can tell. I remember kissing this guy with a big nose, and yeah, it was a bit of nose on nose. It kind of had like tilt, like a little. There we go. She's allowed to say this. Please. Please. And here's the opener. Not the scene I was expecting him to play this in, but here we are. Again. Fuck it, they'll do it. Little recap here as well. Okay, nice ending episode. I feel like it's over with quite quickly, so no, it is actually over. I was expecting maybe like an end scene, because that did feel really quick, but I guess we did get quite a bit of action. But yeah, as I said, like, nothing amazing. I wouldn't say this is like, I'd say this is like a 7 out of 10. Like, this is a good show. There's no boring parts. There's nothing that like took too long. Even like the setup with the ending here, it took a couple episodes, but it was still like really interesting and good. As I said, to compare it to like a Slam Dad Ken, like, it just gets to a point where it gets boring in that show. Like, they go way too in depth on like the plans and such. Whereas here, it's like a good amount of time. We're not waiting about too long, and there's enough detail for us to care. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. I will say there's not, the side cast is it's maybe not as expanded as I'd like, to be honest. Like, I really like Scarlet. She's like the biggest, like, she's far and away the best character in the show. From there, I'm not really sure. Like, again, I like the Dragonoid redhead guy, but we haven't really seen too much of him. Teresia was quite cool as well, but of course she won't be a thing anymore. Julius, like, as I said, he's just like, you just want to see him get beat up. Don't really care for the guy. But yeah, I would say the side cast maybe not as strong, but I think that's always the case in shows like this, where you've got just such, like, the main character is such a draw, such an awesome main character. It really does put, like, to shame the rest of the cast a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. On that point, I don't think the side cast is weak per se. It was just like that. You're always going to compare them to Scarlet, and this Scarlet is just so far and away cooler than everybody else in this show. But yeah, nice little ending episode here. Fucking Julius again. It sounds like he did manipulate this whole situation to get to this point, which is just absolutely like a mega brain right there. Lucky as well, I will say, that it all ended up going the way it did. But yeah, some nice action here. Nice to see Teresia get blasted off at the speed of light. by Scarlett. Another satisfactory episode in that regard. And again, the seeds sown for a season 2 are there, I think, with again the Dragonoid guys and their kind of battle that they said we should help out with because they helped us and so on. Like there's some really interesting places this show could go, so I'd definitely be there for a season 2 if it does get one. I do think this might be slightly overhyped in a way. Like I feel like this has been good, but it's not been anything like extremely good in my opinion. It's just been but it hasn't ever been boring or anything. Like this is just a fun watch, so it does what it does well. I do think it was a little bit overhyped initially though, but I think that probably has come down a bit as the show's going on, which which is good. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. I guess I will just check quickly if there is a season 2 announced, because a show that I wasn't expecting a season 2 whatsoever was announced yesterday. A star brighter than the sun. That got a season 2 announced yesterday, and I never heard anybody talk about that show in any regard, so I thought it was like that was doomed to never get a sequel, but that ended up getting one straight away, so you never know. It doesn't look like there's any news on a sequel. No, nothing. The source material is a light novel and a manga, so I guess I will just check them quickly. It looks reasonably new. Started publishing in 2018, so I can't imagine there's too many chapters or volumes out. No discussion about it whatsoever. I guess I'll check the manga quickly. 48 chapters of the manga. I mean, if the usual schedule, I'm not sure about it for this show, it's usually 2 chapters per episode, so that would be what, 26 chapters. Well, there's more than enough to get adapted another season, so hopefully at some point. As I said, nothing extraordinary, but I did very much enjoy this in a season that's been kind of weak. But again, let me know what you guys thought about the series as a whole down in the comment section. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good rest of your day, guys.